Hey guys, it's Superview Games or Adam, and welcome back to another one of my Fortnite's top 5 videos, and today I want to go over 5 things that are currently ruining Fortnite. So obviously, right now, Fortnite is in a great spot. There are so many people playing this game right now, and so many people are loving this game, but there are definitely a couple of things that are kind of ruining it. Now, most of the things on today's list have to do with the constant updates that Fortnite receives, and most of these updates are obviously awesome. Getting new weapons and new sections of the map can be awesome, but there are some things that have been added into Fortnite that really just don't work and kind of ruin the game. So in today's video, I want to go over 5 of those things. If you guys haven't already, make sure to go ahead and drop a like on today's video. I'd appreciate that very, very much. And if you want to see more of Fortnite's top 5 videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And besides that, let's go ahead and get into today's top 5 video. So starting things off here in the number 5 spot, I have something that really surprised me, and that's mini shields. So not too long ago, I was doing a research for a top 5, and whenever I do these top 5s, I love reading the forums and seeing what the community says about a specific thing I want to put on my list. And one thing that really shocked me was when I was looking at mini shields, a lot of people were complaining about mini shields, and it was so many people just saying that these mini shields ruin the game. Now personally, I don't think mini shields are that big of an issue, but I can't ignore all those people saying that mini shields are absolutely horrible. It's crazy to look back at Fortnite and think that the only way you could get shields when the game first came out was by the regular full shields and then the slurp juice. That was the only way you could acquire shields. Now you have minis, full shield, slurp juice, and of course the chug jug. Now the big complaint that I see is that mini shields have pretty much just destroyed the chug jug, and in a way that's true because chug jug only gives you 25 shield, but it does give you that health as well. But the mini shields are definitely a lot better. And another huge complaint is players always having shield, and this is something that I kind of understand. When you're in a gunfight and you're hitting somebody and they duck behind cover and they use those minis and they're back at 50 shield, it just feels like you can absolutely never kill them, and then they end up killing you because you might not have that same loot, you might not have gotten that lucky and gotten all those minis, and it's annoying. It is definitely frustrating when somebody constantly has that shield, and minis are definitely the problem with that. Now, like I said, I really don't have a big issue with the mini shields, but I think the one thing they could maybe do is just add a little bit more time that it takes to drink the minis, because it's kind of weird you can have the same amount of health with minis than you can with the full shield, but the full shield takes an extra second. Mini shields take only 4 seconds for 2 mini shields. So that is one thing they could do, but overall, again, I don't have a huge issue with these things, but a lot of people would disagree. So coming in at the number 4 spot on today's list, I want to talk about the amount of loot that we currently have here in Fortnite. It's absolutely insane when you look back at the base game and look at how it only had all of these basic weapons, right? The M16s, the scars, the pistols, you know, all the basic stuff, you know, the basic shields, the basic meds, and now how we have so much stuff, so many different weapons and so many different shields and ways to heal. It's absolutely insane. But right now, I don't think it's too much of an issue, but I think as time goes on, we're gonna have a lot more stuff in the game. And the thing is, since Fortnite is a game where you loot, it's not like you create a class. It's a game where you actually loot and it's just random what you get. Having so many weapons in the game and so much stuff can be a little bit too much. It's definitely good to see that they're actually pulling out items as well that they added in, like the smoke grenade, for example, or the boogie bomb, which is currently, I think, out of the game because it's a glitch with it. But it's good to see that they're pulling some stuff out of the game that really isn't being used all that much, which is a very, very awesome thing. But as long as they keep that balance of, you know, a certain amount of loot items in the game, it shouldn't become too big of a problem. So coming in at the number 3 spot on today's list, you knew Tilted Towers was going to be somewhere in this video because Tilted Towers is definitely a problem. For those of you who go there, not so much, but for those of you who don't like going tilted, yeah, it's a big problem. So what makes tilted towers so incredibly popular? The first thing is the loot. There's just so much loot at tilted towers. The area itself isn't too big, but since you have the towers, each tower has so many chests. So you get good loot at the start of the match, which is definitely a win-win. The second thing that I found so interesting when I was looking up to see what others had to say about tilted towers, someone made a graph showing the battle bus's route at the start of a match, and so many times the battle bus goes right over tilted towers. I found that so interesting because whenever I play, I'm like, God damn it, the bus is going over tilted towers. That means no one else is gonna go, here where I'm going. So that is something that also contributes to people going tilted. The reason why this is such a big problem is because for those of you who don't go tilted towers and you like going somewhere else, a lot of these spots can be really, really quiet. And for example, I love going retail row, and whenever the battle bus goes, over tilted towers and also kind of near retail row, there are so many games where I'm the only player at retail row, right? That's a lot of loot for myself. It's awesome, but those games, I won't get a kill until it's, like 30 people left, 20 people left. That's absolutely insane, right? Before tilted towers, that was never really an issue, but now so many people go there that the rest of the map is just super quiet. So coming in at the number 2 spot on today's list, this relates directly to tilted towers, and that is the amount of locations that we currently have on the map. Back when Fortnite came out, there were a couple of bigger towns that a lot of people would go to, and all those towns there would always be a ton of action, and then the smaller towns wouldn't be as popular, but you would still see some people there. Now you have a lot more areas on the map, plus when you pair that with tilted towers where the majority of the players go to, then the other players that don't go to tilted now have so many options that players are really spread out and you have some really slow games. I'm really curious how many of you that don't go to tilted towers regularly experience really slow games, because I have noticed it more and more and more that I just can't find people, right? It's absolutely crazy. It's not every single game, but it's just more and more often I'm just finding that I land at my spot and then I start, moving around the map, and I really have troubles finding people. Sometimes I'll find maybe one person here and there, but overall, like, the majority of my kills will come end game, right? I'll have like 2 kills or 1 kill going into the final 10, which is absolutely insane because either everyone's at tilted tower or everyone is just so spread out around the map because there's so many destinations. Now, one thing that they could do to fix this is maybe increase the player count, so there are more people going to other areas, but then you would have even more people going to tilted tower, so I don't really know how that would work. So as of right now, it definitely already is a problem, but if they continue to add in more areas on the map, it will be way, way worse. There's already a bunch of spots that are untouched the entire game. Nobody goes there, and there's a ton of loot just sitting there because no one wants to land in that spot, or there's just so many areas that, people just don't know where to go. So hopefully this is something that they stop doing. They stop adding in more areas, or maybe they can take out some old areas and replace it with something else. That possibly could work, or just completely remove it in general because it isn't that popular. So coming in at the number 1 spot on today's list, the one thing in Fortnite that is both incredibly frustrating and is definitely ruining a lot of people's experiences is the shotguns in this game. The shotguns obviously are important. You have to have shotguns for those close quarter battles, but since the shotguns are so incredibly inconsistent, it is so frustrating. There are a lot of annoying things here in Fortnite, but there's nothing as annoying as these damn shotguns. There are so many times where you're in a close quarter fights with the shotgun and you get a critical hit and it's like 7 or 6, or you barely even touch the guy, and there are so many times where I've been playing Fortnite, and since I record all of my games, I can go back and see what went wrong, or maybe if I missed, I can go back and I can see that. And at least 10 or 15 times it's happened to me where I have my crosshairs right on the guy's face, right, with my shotgun, and I can actually see the hit markers, and the shot won't even register. It's like, it won't even give me a 6 or a 7 or a 5. My shot won't even register, and I end up dying. But even when you do get that 6 or that 5, it's so frustrating, and then you die because of that. It is one of the most broken things in Fortnite, and it really ruins the game. There we have it, guys. Those are 5 things that are ruining Fortnite. Now, there's always something in every single game, no matter, you know, how perfect it may be. There's always going to be something in that game that is just ruining it, making it frustrating, and Fortnite has its fair share of problems. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more Fortnite top 5 videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.